Hey everybody, so I'm feeling quite sociable tonight because I've already done 2 videos. My first one being my 2017 April Ipsy Glam Bag Unbagging video. So if you're interested in makeup and Ipsy and all that jazz, go check it out. Second up, I did a Dollar Tree haul, which if you're interested, go check that one out. And now I am getting ready to do my Empties video. This originally started out as going to be like every month I was going to do an Empties video, starting from the beginning of the year. Like by the end of January, I plan to do a video. Then the end of February, March, so forth. So, and then time went by, and when like towards the end of February or towards the end of March, I don't know what I'm saying here. Anyway, my plan was I was going to do a video, and it would be like my quarter of the year empties video. And so well, I guess it has been quarter of a year now, since we're like in mid-April at the time that I'm filming this. So I was thinking, at this rate it may be like a third of the year empties video. Anyway, it's in between a quarter and a third of the year empties video, but I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Basically, these empties are like beauty and skincare items, so I've been saving these, like I said, since the beginning of the year, just cause. And so here we go. Let's check out what I have used up. Another side note, I have so much that I have accumulated over time that I have not used. So this is kind of like my way of making myself accountable for using these products, because I'm like, hey, let me use these up, and then I can do a video and kind of like review and give my thoughts about certain things. Like, not everything's going to be thought worthy, of course, but some of these products are like things that like maybe I'd like to buy again. I don't know, or how I felt about the product. So let's just get in with this already and see what I have used up so far this year. So to start with, I have this Dermasil Labs Oil-Free Night Moisturizer Facial Cream with vitamin A and E. It's just basically a nighttime moisturizer, and my main moisturizer, oh gosh, to me my words are sounding funny already, or have been sounding funny all night. Anyway, so my go-to is typically the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion, which the formula has been updated for that. So like the men's, I think, M lotion has pretty much kept the same old formula. So that's the one I use, and I think I have it in this bag that I will be showing in here in a moment. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this was something I I had been using it here and there, but like once I ran out of my Clinique, I started using this on the regular, and I really like this. This came from Dollar Tree, and so it was $1, and I really like this, especially during the winter time, like when it's really cold. This was a great moisturizer. It was thick and heavy, but I like that when it's cold out. Like, I have like oily skin, but I was always told, well, I wasn't always told, but I went to this doctor who like did my face. By did my face, I meant like he served as like my dermatologist. But he said that like with having oily skin, despite the fact that it's oily, you want to keep it oily and moisturized. Like, that's a good thing because it helps with, like, in the future, preventing you from having wrinkles. But then I did some really bad stuff to my skin over time, and I've always had this big forehead crease. I've got 2 big forehead crease wrinkle things. But anyway, so he told me that, keep your skin moisturized, and when I get older, I will really be grateful that I did that. So I like a good heavy moisturizer to keep my skin good and moisturized, especially in the winter months when it tends to be more drier. So that was the big spiel about that. But I wish I could find this again, because this was a great moisturizer, and for $1, I mean, this stuff will last a long time. Like, I think I had it for like over 2-3 months using it. So this was a great moisturizer. I still have this very irritating fly flying around in the room. I cannot get him to leave. Irritating pest. So, Here it is right here. This is what I was just talking about, the moisturizer, the Clinique for Men moisturizing lotion, which at one point in time it was the M lotion, and that doctor I went to recommended this. He recommended that I wash my face with Dove bar soap, moisturize with the Clinique dramatically different moisturizing lotion, but he told me to go with the M lotion, which is just the men's version, just repackaged in like one of these tube things, because at the time I can't remember if either you got the same amount of product for a cheaper price, or like the men's stuff, somehow it worked out that you received more product for the dollar, or like you got, or maybe you paid the same amount but you got more product in the men's packaging or something. Like, anyway, it was, he clued us in that the men's was a better deal overall. So I started out using that, and then I went to the big, like, they started like repackaging the women's in like a good pump bottle, and then like a couple of years ago they just reformulated the women's and made it like a plus, and I didn't really like the new formula, and I heard a lot of people complain about the new formula too, so it wasn't just me. So I found, like, those people who were complaining about it said that the men's lotion, or the moisturizing lotion, was still like the old original formula. So I went back to using this because it's supposed to be like the old original formula, and I think they slightly altered it a little bit because it's not white how it used to be. Like, maybe it's just me thinking that, but anyway, it's still pretty good. It's a good moisturizer. Like, it's a good, just basic moisturizer, like a no-frill basic moisturizer. There are times where, I guess it's like in the summer where it's really hot, that it can be a little sticky, but I think that's just mainly humidity. But anyway, just overall in general, this is a great moisturizer. I need to get some more of this soon. I'm going through some of my other, like, I have a zillion little products that I need to go through, so I'm trying to use those up, but I will be going back to this eventually when I use up some of those other products. So that's another long spiel about that. But skincare is very important. That's something, I mean, you want to take care of your skin. So it may not look like it on my face, but I try to take good care of my skin. So this is one of those things. Like, it basically, I'm trying to prevent further damage and maybe possibly improve, if possible, my situation here. So this is just a good neutral moisturizer, as is the Sturmacil. Moving on. So I had this little Ulta Hydro Quench Foaming Oil Cleanser Renew Skincare. This was something I got from Ulta when they had like a spend like $19.50 on Ulta products, and you got like a little cosmetic bag of different Ulta product brand goodies, and this was one of the things that was involved with that. It's oil cleanser. It's the only oil cleanser that I've really used other than trying like baby oil by itself. And this is actually pretty decent. Like, it's not like a phenomenal product. It's not something that I would like spend a lot of money on. But I'd spend, like, if I found it for a couple of dollars, I would definitely buy it. But it's just a good, like, basic face wash. Like, I mean, it's no frills. I never really used it to try to remove makeup because, like, I don't really use facial cleansers to remove makeup. I usually use like makeup removing stuff like the wipes, and then like a liquid to remove makeup before washing my face. So I never judge like a face wash by that, so I couldn't tell you if that was a benefit from this or not. Like, I know a lot of face washes claim that it's to remove makeup. I mean, the best thing to do is just take your makeup off with something designed to remove makeup first, and then use the cleanser to cleanse your face from there on. Anyway, that's just my philosophy. But this is actually pretty good. So if I found this for like a very inexpensive price, I would definitely buy it again. Maybe like a bigger size, because this thing is itty bitty. Like, I never pay like $2 for this. But if I found like a bigger size for a couple of dollars, yeah, sure, definitely. So that's that. And then this has a nice little hair on it and some leakage. This is the, or was, the Purity Face Wash by Philosophy. This was, I've had so many of these bottles, like, I had a really big bottle that I kept emptying into this. I've had a couple of these little travel size, but this is like my back before when I traveled, had the bigger bottle. This would be like the one that I took with me. I just refilled this bottle. But I finally ran out of my big bottle. I ended up throwing that one away, but I, like, threw it away. Like, I last filled this up with the big bottle before running out of it. Anyway, so I ended up using up my very last Purity of, I can't talk and this fly is irritating me. Seriously, could you go somewhere else, please? Okay, thanks. Yeah, so basically, I know some people love this face wash and some people hate this face wash. I just fell in between. Like, it's funny how the travel size ones that I had purchased in the past, I really like those. But when I bought the big bottle, which the big bottle was, at the time I bought it, it was like one that, the proceeds went to help with went to help with breast cancer awareness or research, in which my mom, that's what she had. So I was like big on supporting that at the time, and so I just did not like that big bottle. Like, the formula, something was off about it, and I just did not enjoy it that much. But I dedicated myself to using it up, and it took me over a year to use that thing. I had that thing for over a year, maybe a year and a half to 2 years. But so I finally used it up. So for whatever reason, I always liked the travel size. The formula of the travel size always seemed to be superior to what was in the big bottle. So I liked the travel size formula. It wasn't too big on the big size formula, so I'm kind of hesitant to buy it again. So that's my long story about that. But the stuff in the travel size was like a really good, just gentle moisturizer. I mean, not moisturizer, face wash. Oh my gosh. I'm going to make it through this video, I promise. Next up, we have this Burt's Bees Orange Essence Facial Cleanser with orange oil. This I did not actually use up. I've had this thing for a couple of years, which probably isn't really good, especially with the Burt's Bees product. But when I first got this, I tried it out, and I didn't really care for it that much. But then after doing this whole little thing, like, I couldn't bring myself to throw it out. So I was going to, like, I decided, you know, like I said, I was going to try to use up these products. I still could not get through this product. Like, it's like this thick, kind of like translucent cream. And it's just like, when you put it on your face, it feels like you're smearing like melted plastic on your face, and it's just not, it just doesn't spread that well. And when you go to wash it off, which when I wash my face, I use a wash rag. I don't, like, I can't do the whole splashy thing. Just, I can't do it. I gotta have my wash rag to, like, get and exfoliate and all that. This stuff just left this horrid residue every single, it just felt like I had this, like, again, like, melted plastic residue just left on my face, and it would not come off. And I'd use like a toner with it, which I hate using toners, but I would use a toner to try to get that residue off, and it's still, like, it just felt like it was drying out my skin with the toner, which that's why I don't like using toners, even though you use a moisturizer afterwards. Just but I just this just was not good. I mean, the concept of it seemed nice, but I did not like this at all. So I don't ever intend to come into, like, I'm not going to say contact. Where am I going with this? I don't ever intend to acquire this again. Like, and this came with like a little set of like little stuff, which I love the little Burt's Bees sets, but I just did not love this. So bye, Felicia. Okay, so these little things are really silly. Over the past few years, especially last year, I got the fortunate privilege to travel quite a bit and to stay in like hotel rooms quite a bit more so than I have in the past. So I've acquired a lot of these little hotel like shampoo and conditioner, and then some body lotion samples. And I had quite a collection of these, and I still do have quite a collection. But I've like decided to use these, in which I don't like really using them on my hair. Unless I'm staying in the hotel, because like it got to the point, like some of these places we were staying, like especially the ones we were staying on a regular basis, I would go through a whole bottle of shampoo and a whole bottle of conditioner in one go, because just for one thing, products or quality just wasn't that great. Another thing, because I have a lot of hair, and I was just like, well, there's no need of me holding on to this because I've got so many already, and I don't really like the stuff that much. So anyway, so oh, actually, like this, for example, was a body lotion. Now, this was a great lotion. I love this stuff for my hands. If I could find this somewhere, I'd probably buy it. As long as it wasn't, like, too expensive. Because this felt really good on my hands. So, it is the San Francisco something, sugared citrus body lotion. So, this was a good product. I think I had two of them. No, that was the shampoo. It's the same brand, same scent shampoo. Anyway, and then I had a body lotion, this Terra Botanical. But I don't think it was that great. It was just basic. But anyway, what I've been doing with these things, like, especially with the shampoos, like, I clean my hairbrush, like, almost every week, and I have, like, a lot of, like, I don't know. Anyway, sometimes I get some residue and build up in my brush, especially when I don't clean it every week. So I use these little shampoo things to clean my brush with. I just like squirt a bunch of it up there and just like blast the water over and let it do its thing, and it cleans pretty darn good. So that's the use I found for these. And sometimes I just use like, I'll do like a pre-conditioner treatment before I wash my hair, where I'll just like take the conditioner and just put in my hair dry, and then when I go, before like I start washing my hair, I rinse it out, just pre-condition it. Anyway, so that's that. And then next up is another Burt's Bees product, which this is the Radiance Facial Cleanser. This was another thing that came in a different little set of products, and I like this stuff. I'm not sure. I think these face washes usually sell for about $8, $9. I could be very off, but I think that's what I remember seeing them for in the stores. I possibly would pay that for this product, like for a full-size product. Possibly. But, like, for something that came with a little kit, like, I actually got this when I worked for one of the Sears stores, and I think I got it during liquidation. Maybe I got it before then, when it was on clearance, it was on sale, so I got, like, a 3-piece set for, like, a couple of dollars, so that was definitely worth that. But I put off using this, like, I just didn't really get around to using it until, like, when I started on this little mission here. I really like this stuff. So, it was dripping out. Yeah, I'm just making, there's a little bit left in it that's dripping out. But I liked it, so that was cool. That was something I would buy again. We have this hand and body lotion that came from Sally's at Christmas time. This was from like a few years ago. This is actually probably more like 5 or 6 years ago. I don't remember when I got this. It's been a hot minute since I got this, but I've had this sitting around, and I'd use it every now and then. I was like, again, when I worked at the other Sears, first Sears that I worked at, I bought it during that time, so that was like 2011, 2012, somewhere in that time frame. I think it was 2011 when I bought this, because that was the Christmas that I worked at well, that's the Christmas right before they announced the store was closing. Anyway, so this came from Sally's. It was like $1. The scent is called Wishful White, and this had a great smell to it. Like, I absolutely love the smell. It's actually a decent lotion. It wasn't like my favorite lotion, because you'll see one of my favorite lotions will be like this last item here. But for $1, this was a great lotion. So, I used to like carry this in my purse when I worked at that store, and I used to use it like all the time when I worked there. I used to carry like lotions with me to different jobs. Like, I had my like go-to lotion for like each different job, and this was my go-to lotion at the time. So I really like this lotion in general. And then when that store closed, there's still a little bit left in there, and I didn't really use it. I used all my other lotions, and then I got around to using this again recently, and the smell was off a little bit, but like after, I mean, that's really bad. But after sitting, like I noticed, like when I had tested it out to be like, ooh, do I want to throw this away or not, and realized the scent was off. After letting it set for a minute or two, the scent kind of like came back. Like you could smell like the scent again. So I kept it and I used it, and it was okay. It seemed fine. So it is now finally gone, and there goes other stuff. But yeah, if I ever came across that again for $1, I would definitely buy it. And then finally, we have this Bath and Body Works Night Blooming Jasmine Body Lotion. Now, this is my ultimate favorite hand lotion. And I'm pretty sure you can, this is probably like obvious that it was an older bottle. I've had this for several years too. I got it during one of those sales where I think it was like $3 for the bottle. But Night Blooming Jasmine is one of my favorite like standard scents that Bath and Body Works has. If it's still like a, I haven't been to Bath and Body Works in a while, but this was like, from what I remember, it was part of the standard collection. But I love jasmine fragrance, period. So this was, oh my gosh, and like partnered with the honeysuckle one. Oh my gosh, I used to mix this and the honeysuckle scents and like the body sprays all the time. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so it took me a few years to go through this because I didn't want to lose it. Like I love it, and I don't have a like. I was hoarding it. I love it so much, but I dedicated and was like, you know what? I gotta stop with that mentality. So I used it up. Like, there's still a little bit left at the very top, but that sucker is gone. So I scraped at it as much as I could, and oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I love that smell so much. And if they still sell this, I will probably eventually accumulate another bottle of this again, hopefully. But I did make it through this bottle. So that wraps up my empties for this quarter of the year thus far. Oh, I also have like one other bottle like of like a hand soap, but yeah, just whatever. And there's been like a lot of other little things like toothpaste, which I'm not even gonna bother showing that. Like, I've already thrown those out. Deodorant, already thrown those out. So, but these are just like my basic like things that I go to, other than toothpaste and deodorant and like soaps, on a regular basis or on a daily basis. So that's that. So thank you for watching.